So the thing that I've seen that the character created was a lot of people believed in themselves to put things out and make their own pages. That they were like 10 years behind social media, right? Like the guys that own roofing business, like I don't need a website, I'm a fucking roofer. So I believe that the comedy side made people believe in themselves enough to make their own pages and their own web pages and come more active on social media.
Freedom, what's living without freedom? Life's about living strong. What's living without freedom? Freedom, what's living without freedom? Life's about.
All right, guys, we have a special freaking episode. The world famous Lord Bigtime. If you don't know him, he's best damn roofer. Joshua Bigtime here. He's from Canada and he's been on the front lines as a freedom fighter. You know, he's grew a huge following on YouTube. It's really helped him have more fun in roofing. Look, we're on this channel to make roofing fun. Whether you're on the roof, you're selling roofs, it's about bringing light to our trade because I believe that the working class is under attack. And so my man, Josh, is a part of this bullshit regime going on, but there's been a lot of stuff that's going on in Canada and you're not a trucker, but you've been on the front line.
My dad's a trucker. He was he trucked for 45 years. So I was son of a trucker.
Son of a trucker. You're a trucker, boy.
So it hit home, that hit home. And that's why I showed up in Ottawa. I had to see for myself what was really going on. The media was portraying that there was, everyone's seeing what they were portraying. So I thought I'd take my platform and use it for a good purpose. So we went down there. We made lots of video evidence to show otherwise. We gave out thousands of hugs, and we gave out free donation cards it's like a Tim Hortons card. So you coffee shop, you can get $5 increment cards. We handed out thousands of dollars worth of those and hugs and yelled freedom and told everybody I loved them as I walked by them. It was pretty awesome, pretty amazing experience.
That's crazy. I mean, that's not the best damn roofer that we always see. If you're in roofing contracting, you may not understand this man is full of purpose. He's full of creativity. He's got just amazing skits. And when it talks about making light of our business, he makes it cool to be a roofer. So for me, it doesn't matter if there's a little negativity along with it. Guys, that's what goes on in society anyways.
On the roofing industry.
Yeah. So how did you get into the roofing industry? What's your story?
Well, like I would always start like when I was younger, and no one hired roofing companies like 30 years ago. People just do their roofs with their brothers-in-laws, their buddies, get a case of beer, get pizzas. And before they started building all these, crazy looking designed roofs, they used to be just basic roofs, a lot of houses, right? Like a bungalow style. So as growing up in a big family, my mom was one of 10 siblings. We were doing roofs all the time just with my dad and so I'd always help out, and that's how it started. I remember I had a dream. I was roofing with my dad. And I came out and helped them roof on my grandpa's roof. And I was like, hey, Dad, last night, I swear I had a dream I was roofing with you. And he looked at me. He's like, you know what, son? That's what I do. I make your dreams come true. Now get back to work. And I just kind of always enjoyed it. It was always like a stress reliever for me. Hard work makes you sweat out in the sun, kind of like the things a human being should be doing, exercising, fresh air and sunlight. And that makes me feel good. And I just stuck with it. I tried a few other jobs along the way, but roofing always made me feel like I was doing something that I liked.
Amen. And, I see a lot of the cast of characters that goes on at Best Damn Roofing. What do you have to say about like the friends and the people that you bring into the business and that you teach the business to?
Well, a lot of times I teach a lot of people how to roof, or even employees that you bring somebody on, and next thing you know, they got their own business. So that's one downfall of teaching people how to roof. But I mean, it is what it is. If someone's that good at roofing, they're going to end up going on their own, and they're going to want to feed and make more money for their family. So I often work alone nowadays. I'm working with Samantha. She's known as the Roofer Girl. They're now local to Niagara, and her and her husband are working for me. So it'll be the first time I'm actually going to keep a sub crew active, and I'm probably going to do less roofing this year than ever. Mostly focus on metal and freedom. So I've gone that far in my career. I feel I'm turning 40 this year, so I'm going to kind of shift gears a little bit and prepare myself for a different change. Still staying in roofing. I'm still going to do sales with metal companies, tool companies, and I'm still going to do roofing, but I can't see me relying solely on laying shingles when I'm 50 years old to put my kids through college. I have 5 kids. So because I'm going to be not as strong and not as fast, right? As you get older, everything hurts more, your knees, your back. So you kind of have to make and it goes for any roofer. You should be making a career change or path. Even if you're the owner and your roof, you still got to be prepared for getting older and not being able to do this, making as much money when you're 25. And Christ, I could work 18 hours a day and do it 7 days a week. Now I'm 40 and we got, life has changed.
This transformation of just being able to make money with your hands and make an impact with your work to being able to communicate against large scale. You've built such a following. I don't know how many millions of hours you're being viewed. I call it digital duplication, but you are such a great communicator. I want to reach out and I want to say, brother, look, I want to make you an honorary member of our mastermind so that you can, kind of make this transformation with our brotherhood. And I wouldn't charge you $1 because we'd like to document your journey. And what's cool is you have amazing video skills. Have you ever done a video ad that was successful on social media through YouTube or through Facebook?
I think we did 30 of them this last 30 ad campaigns. We did one for Prime Grip Canada. We're actually got a production company called Bigtime Productions, and my good friend Mark. He's the one that does all the music and editing. So he's my videographer, and we're partners. Now we're partners on pretty much all fronts. Roofing University, Best Damn Roofer, and he plays Dick, the homeowner. As you see,
nice.
Very liberal-based, arrogant, snob-nosed, blind kind of homeowner. I'm that rough-edged, loudmouth piece of trash roofer, right? So
Nice.
we're just kind of playing that out right now. You've seen we did a live video last night where I was hogtied or whatever.
That was awesome, bro. Hogtied.
Yeah, thank you. So we just wanted, that was our marketing campaign to really get people's eyes open and then bring them to our new platform, which we already have 11,000 followers on Facebook and 1,200 on Instagram. So thanks, everybody. I want to say thank you if they're listening and watching.
Where can they find that new platform at?
At Mr. Freedom BDR on Instagram and then Mr. Freedom on Facebook. So.
Yeah, man. So tell us about exactly what was going on up there in Ottawa when you saw it. I mean, obviously they shut everything down, but now they've, I guess, lifted some of these requirements. It's like you actually made a difference. What happened? Well,
we didn't make a difference. We opened the eyes to a lot of people. We saw how bad our government can actually turn on taxpayers, hardworking citizens who obeyed them for 2 years and just had enough. And they were listening to the science of CDC. And these people were just, some of them, the media lied so bad saying these are unvaccinated people. No, a lot of these guys were vaccinated. A lot of them were firefighters. A lot of people were afraid to show who they were because the government was attacking them, calling them racists and Nazis and monogynists or whatever the hell the words they're using that I don't understand because I'm a roofer. They were all good people, man. It was messed up. So I took my platform and I went down there and I brought light to the people. And honestly, man, it was a spiritual movement for me. And I tell you right now, I found a positive energy there. And I don't know if you want to call it God or whatever it was, but something happened to a lot of people there. They were in the face of evil and they were, it was an amazing experience, and everyone found a different spiritual awakening for everyone down there. And it was called being reborn Canadian. That's what I call it. And I fucking
Reborn Canadian.
Yeah, and everyone was like hundreds of thousands of or millions of us were all coming together. And that's what the government closed the city down. It was all over the world. Look at what's going on. And hundreds of thousands of people were pouring into the city that day for peaceful protesting. With third week in a row with no violence, and the only violence that happened, unfortunately, was when they brought the people with all the guns, pepper spray. That's when all the violence took place, unfortunately. So it really opened up the eyes of a lot of people around the world what governments are doing, and as a sign of peace.
And maybe you were reborn the moment you were facialed with pepper spray.
Yeah, yeah.
That was your moment of being washed in holy water, wasn't it?
And then someone sprayed milk in my eyes to quench the pain. It's like everyone's there to help you. There's a lot of people here that help you, right? But there's the odd, I call them Antifa. There's one guy who gave me out gloves, but he put razor blades in them. I don't know if it's real or not, but I saw the video this morning from Ottawa, and the video looked authentic, and the guy had cuts all over his hand. It was a homeless guy. But there was people there trying to really hurt. They're like, that's why you really distinguish between good and evil. I saw it with my own eyes. I felt it. And there's a massive evil presence in the world right now. And that's why I'm telling people to either meditate, if you want to say the word prayer, to focus on positivity. A lot of people have been the last 2 years, haven't even seen people smile, haven't even seen, hug their grandparents. So we are being pulled into darkness. And I just always like to share that everyone focus on light and positivity and meditation for good things and for everyone, not just yourself, but for the world at whole.
Yeah, when the darkness gets to me, sometimes I turn to the bottle and, I might smell of certain kinds of skunks and things and other medical places. But, the point is that I'm trying to be an example for my family. I'm trying to be a leader in my business. And sometimes, if you give into this, I see a transformation. You're drinking water today. We're not sitting here chugging beers.
The character always portrays that. Like, as I've quit out drinking for 4 years in a row. I was a drug addict for years. I don't do cocaine like I portray. It's just a way of, it's actually therapy for me to get through. And I know people that are that have had issues. Like Paul Reed's a close friend. He has a great story. He's been sober for over a decade now. He's a success story. And he uses it for relief. He laughs at my videos because he was in those situations. So when you finally get over those stumbling blocks, you can actually laugh at yourself. And that's when you've actually become free. When you're free of that clamping down of that addiction or that darkness, and you can actually laugh at the way you used to be, you won. And that's me showing the world that I beat all that, right? And anyone can do it too, right? As soon as you can laugh at yourself, well, then you're over it, right?
Amen, brother. I mean, I say, if you're not self-aware, you don't have a prayer. And
exactly.
This next transformation that you're making is where I make a lot of help a lot of people. But going from off the roof to entrepreneur, what do you think your biggest stumbling block is going to be there?
I don't really think there'll be I've always been an entrepreneur. I never worked for, as a 20-year-old kid, I started an injection company. We do basement port foundations and Kevlar reinforcing, which I still have the company. We still, I just do it part-time now, and I just going to go forward with it, man. I really don't think about stumbling when I'm going forward. I think about going forward, right?
Yeah, man.
Keep an eye on your feet so you don't trip over them, but keep going forward and keep your chin up.
I mean, the metal roofs, I got to check these things out because they're really sharp. So tell me a little bit about, what got you into it, because it was like a podcast I did with a big solar company. It was $1 billion company, used to install the solar. You started installing this metal and then became a real big proponent of it. Is that correct?
Correct. Just about 10 years ago, I was just being telling you, we were just getting married, and I just wanted to make a difference, like with my company. Like, we were different than anybody else in the area. So I looked at these odd, different looking shingles, and I found diamond. I was like, oh, it's probably European. And I look it up, and I'm like, they're from Wingham. It's 2 hours away. So I'm on the phone, like, can I come and see you guys? And it's a huge snowstorm that night. And the next day I drove to Wingham with 2 feet of snow. I shouldn't have probably, but I went up there. So I just had a feeling that this diamond shingle is getting, I could sell this. It's just unique looking. I've never seen it before. So I learned, and I basically gave roofs away for free. Buy the product, I'll put it on. Just give me some time to put it on. I want 7 or 8 days. I want to take my time. And so that's how it started. And then I just had a passion for the product, pushing it. And then I started doing comedy, and people started, being inspired by me, and then wanted to sell the shingles that I sell. And now I have a nice little side business just selling shingles. People know what it is. It just took 10 years, but a lot of work going behind it. And we got a whole new series coming out called Roofing University, which is going to be all about the diamond products. So we're hoping to release that in the spring, probably late spring, early summer. And it's about the installs of the product and about, mishaps that happen. It's basically turns into a full exterior, and it's actually Dick's house, Mark, but it's the character from our show. And he's also, him and his wife play a part as the actual homeowners, which they are in the series.
Well, I would certainly like to take a look at that. And obviously, if there's any way that you want to use our platform or get to our clients, the American Dream Conference would love to have you, BDR. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of rules and regulations.
Yeah.
We'll have to break.
Media partnership is something totally on the table, brother. You know what I mean? That's what we're in the business for. We're a media company. So that's exactly what we do. If you're doing media, I'm doing media, we work together. That's what we're doing right now. And it's totally a topic of discussion.
Well, let me ask you a little trickier question. When you're out there and you're managing people, and you're actually having to keep people in line. We have some guys coming. This Jocko Willink guy, he's got a big YouTube following. He was a big freedom fighter for real, and he's all about leadership. What's Lord Bigtime's leadership quotes? Come on, give us some of those ridiculously funny leadership nuggets.
Leadership nuggets. Jeez, you put me on the spot. That was a good question. Nice.
How do you get the guys to?
Well, here, watch this. You want to hear? Big Time comes prepared. There would be nothing to frighten you if you refused to be afraid.
There you go.
Not Gandhi, but by Bigtime. There it is. That was someone was handing out the Freedom Convoy. No, I just tell people like to work hard. If you schedule yourself with the sun, with daylight and nighttime, if you go to bed at night and wake up first thing in the morning and you drink lots of water and you stay outside and take care of your body and you know, you will have a way better appetite for business. So like first thing, I wake up at 5:30 in the morning every morning. It doesn't matter if I go to bed at 2 o'clock. It's that you get up in the morning, you get working on something, whether it be making the 5 kids I have for breakfast, while putting video content out, sharing, responding to clients, responding to fans, responding to you guys wanted to shoot a video today. Just get out of bed and work. You got time to sleep after you die. That's where you take your nap, right? If you want to earn it, you can't work 7 hours a day and say, "Oh, I can't make it." No, you got to work 15 hours a day, whether you like it or not. And I always push that on people. If you want to be successful, you have to work for it. It doesn't get handed to you. And if it does, you're just spoiled then, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man. On the other side of that, man, what you know, we've all had our struggles, our bottoms. You know, whenever I failed out of college was one bottom. I kind of had to chase storms over and over, so I had to restart. And a lot of times I could have done a lot better. I messed up a lot of opportunity. Before I met my wife, I was a wreck. I was living on an air mattress, kind of just a party machine. I could do a lot of roofs, but you know, then things started turning around. Any bottoms that kind of turned around? Can you kind of paint to me a picture, maybe where you kind of got your life together? You said about 4 years ago. You know, I mean, maybe share some.
It's probably about when me and Tanya got together. So I have a child with a previous relationship. And there's some struggle there over custody. And that's when I got sober for 4 years. And didn't smoke weed, didn't drink. So I did 4 years of sobriety. And then I got back, felt like I got everything back. I reconnected with myself. Me and Tanya, we dated when we were younger. So we reconnected. She had 2 young children. And since we already dated, we kind of just got right back into the swing of things. We just got married within a few months. Like we got married and had more kids, and we've been together ever since. So there was a time there where everything sounded like it was falling apart. You know, I had a single father, and it just seemed like I didn't have any structure, right? And that's what families do. A lot of people don't understand that. Once you have children, and you start realizing that you're taking care of them, and you got to take care of yourself because you're in charge. So it really makes you a better person all around. And I find that's where I was at my lowest point with drugs and alcohol and getting sober, fighting for my child, and, you know, finding love with Tanya and then having a beautiful family that we're still together today. We ain't going anywhere. I just got all their names tattooed all over my body, even my stepkids. I got Tanya's name up here, which was given to me free by some guy that appreciated all the hard work we did in Ottawa. So, and he gave me a freedom tattoo on my arm.
Nice.
Yeah. So I got like 8 tattoos in one day, and I gave my own tattoo. The video's coming out today. I gave my own tattoo. He let me write freedom on his leg, and then I wrote, "I love you." So my first tattoo I ever gave. So yeah, life's good as long as you stay positive. If you have any vices that you got to get rid of them, get rid of them. Even if not for like, if you like having beers, I love having beers now, but I really know my boundaries, right? There's no hard liquor, no hard drugs. Marijuana's fine with me. It's more of a medicine. I've always had my medical license for that. And I don't drink any hard liquor, just beer. Once in a while, I'll have a little sip of something at a party. Some guy wants to do one shot. I'll say, yeah, that's it. But really having a family and having a structure makes, and just like you said, when you met your wife, right, it kind of brings you, they say every good man has what is it, the saying? Behind every great man is a great or amazing woman.
Better woman is a better
woman. And sorry, Tanya, I fucked that up. I love you.
What's Tanya's better at? What's her strengths? Talk to me about why she makes you better.
Well, Tanya's like kind of like she helps me with all my businesses and phone calls. She's the computer savvy, does the web design. She's she can do great photographs. You see, she's a great character in the show. She plays the lunatic wife that fucking screams at me all the time. And of course, I play the degenerate fucking asshole. And she's like she's very intelligent. So she has degrees. I think she's got what does she got? Physics and business and she got 3 of them. So, and I'm like a college dropout, right? So she really focuses on the work stuff at home in the office. So she helps me that way. And I work work really hard. So it's kind of a good combo, but you need somebody when you're working that hard to also help you with the book work and so forth, answering the phones.
Yeah, man. And I think that a lot of roofers have seen what you've done and they say, wow, if he could do it, I can do it. And let me tell you something. YouTube is not an easy platform to grow on. I started on Facebook and Instagram. I had most of my following there, but it's inconsistent. And you can see how any of these platforms can ban you at any given moment.
These are all my second or third platforms, by the way. That YouTube I'm on now is the second time around. Yeah, I've lost over combined 585,000 followers due to talking about mandates or something.
Talk about guys building their own following and standing out, building their brand, and talk about just getting started. Like just when you were just getting started, and I think that's where most of our audience is at. They want to create more content, but they just want to get started.
Consistency is the first thing. Once you're going to start it, if you're going to do it, just like anything, you're going to go to the gym, you want to go to the gym, then you got to go to the gym every day. So if you're going to get into making videos and you're going to have a schedule, just like anything, do it. So when you start, oh, I can't do it this week, you always got to be consistent. Rather just be making a post of a meme that's similar to the subject that you're working with, like roofing, just keep people engaged. So a lot of people get overwhelmed, but they just got to keep doing it. They got to have they got to be consistent with their posts, whether it be, like I said, a meme or even someone else's videos, like sharing your video to just give me some content for my viewers, right? It's about roofing. So something as simple as just keeping it busy, and everyone's on their Facebook already. So just concentrate on that and then you'll brand very quickly, right? You've seen people do it. I've seen lots of people do it, especially in the roofing industry now, right?
Yeah, buddy. And I think that, you just explained sometimes you get up at 5:30 in the morning and engage with your audience, that you respond and interact with the people in your following and you respect the community that you're building. What do you think the message behind BDR? What's your purpose with your platform?
The purpose of BDR was always to make people smile and also to open your eyes a little bit to the world around you, right? So there's this ignorance in plain sight that he just kind of throws out there. And everyone, I've got hundreds of messages saying I brought them through their saddest times, people that were in cancer, recovery, just the videos make them laugh. So that's my goal, is to make people smile. That's the whole idea of that platform, right? That's why we separated the Mr. Freedom one, because it was political, but we needed to use it to launch the campaign. So that's why we segregated them yesterday, that's where you go to get a good laugh, right? Everyone's needed now, especially after the 2 years of the pandemic bullshit.
Absolutely. I've been enjoying the hell out of it, bro.
Well, that's what it's there for. God bless.
Bring you in to be the sales manager at all RCA.
Okay.
And anyways, but it brings us to the next point. We got bombs going off. We got fake wars, fake news. And, we got an empty suit, kind of like Lizard as president.
I like your terminology.
What do you think is in the future? And I mean, as far as everyone talking about being a freedom fighter, how important is that for roofers, for blue collar entrepreneurs, for our audience?
It's for to be a freedom fighter. Like the thing is, the Bill of Rights here in our country. I think you guys call it the Declaration of Independence, or what's your charter called, right? Where you guys rules to follow that keep us with all the rights and freedoms we were born with. And when they're infringing on that, whether it be a pandemic and they're using the media to trick people, you have to think about your future, not you. You're just a shell now. You got kids and you got grandkids coming. You need to stand up for the world that is going to be there for your great-great-grandkids. Nobody thinks about our future. We're so saturated with now and need everything. We're all stimulated, overstimulated. Everyone's just got to take a step back and focus on their future, not just theirs, but the rest of their lineage. I mean, my kids, I'm the boss right now, right? For the next 100 years, if I don't do this right, they might not have a life. They might be living in communist China. And if you know that right now, there's genocide in there. No one talking about that. There's families, women and children being slaughtered every day in China. I mean, I don't know if you want to share that, but it's an actual fact. You can look it up. You can Google it. They're terrible to their country, people. They talked about it during the Olympics. Don't say anything about it. Don't piss off China. Like, okay, well, let's just let them kill people then, or we want to live like that next. So,
yeah, I mean, we don't know. what I was going to tell you was come to Florida. They're not going to kill their own. That's
well,
where
we're selling property right now. I got 5 property lots up for sale that I had as investments, and we are definitely looking at having an escape plan for the country. As we've seen in the last week, our government took dictatorship like that without a vote, out of just over the weekend. We got control of your bank accounts, whatever the fuck we want to do. So with me personally, I'm going to stay and fight for my children, but I'm going to have a haven outside where I can listen to DeSantis. Fucking fall in love with that guy. Handsome bastard. I'm going to move right down there and be his fanboy.
Hey, listen to this stuff. So DeSantis is the guy for freedom. He is the guy.
Oh, I know. I love that man.
He passed a law in Florida that had my picture in it. I'm public enemy Lee. And it said, no more giving away gift cards for free insurance claims inspections. And then it said, you can't use the word insurance claim in an ad. And ironically, he signed it. It's because insurance companies is in his pocket. But reality is we overturned it. One of my students sued the state, overturned the bill as unconstitutional, but there's new bills coming up the pipe. We approached
no block one, now 4 more coming, right?
We approached him. We said, hey, how do we get roofers' needs approached? He said, you better bring more money, you better bring a lobbyist. You ain't got the money, and scooted us along. My point is, he is my guy for freedom, but he's not my guy for door-to-door insurance hustle. So even me, the small guy, the middle guy, the guy that's in the working class, he's being squeezed by both sides, being lied to by both sides. The only thing I feel like people can do is figure out how to build something great, build a big movement, get a lot of impact income. And the reality is, it's like building a great business to me is a great way to kind of fight back, give people jobs, build a community. I mean, what do you think about like the community that you build? You talk about people that create their own companies. You talk about the people that work with you. Think about all the people that have worked with you over the years. What kind of impact has Lord Bigtime had on the roofing industry of Canada?
Well, I don't know personally. Like, I just can tell from all the positive feedback I've had. And I think the impact I've put on it is that, I've showed what roofing can be, but I've brought it to the main stage, right? Like, roofers never really had a look. No one really looked at a roofer. So now, even though the character is the worst of the worst, it just like Trailer Park Boys, right? It just brings, I brought a lot of, people opened up on the roofing industry. Like, you look at plumbers, there's not as many plumbing pages as there is roofing pages. So the thing that I've seen that the character created was a lot of people believed in themselves to put things out and make their own pages. Because in my opinion, the roofing industry was such a big industry, especially in Florida and in the US, that they were like 10 years behind social media, right? Like, not so much you guys, but the actual roofing companies themselves, the guys that own roofing business. Like, I don't need a website, I have a fucking roofer. Well, no, put it out there, man. Change yourself, show yourself, right? So there's a lot of roofers that followed me, that saw me do my media, but did their media in a respectful manner that showed their business and who they are. So I believe that the comedy side made people believe in themselves enough to make their own pages and their own web pages and come more active on social media. And now the roofing platforms all over Facebook, there's tons of communities, millions of views on installs and throughout YouTube, right? So roofers are really one of those people that are always putting their stuff online. We have a huge community on online. So I think I'm part of building that. I wouldn't say it's my full thing, but I mean, I know I helped a lot of people in the way to just do
the number one, maybe one of the number one subscribe to roofers, if not the number one subscribe to roofer from someone that's in the business. People look at me as more of a sales platform or someone that's more serious, but we've been doing more of this stuff. I've got something coming out, a documentary on why I took the fight, because reality is it's focused on what you can control, and training kind of helps me keep my demons in place. Like I said, I've struggled up and down with addictions and challenges, and I'm not completely sober. I'm not a quitter, but
like everything in moderation. My dad always said, if you can do everything in moderation.
Hey, look, do it in moderation, boy.
Everything, sex, drugs, booze.
I've learned hard lessons along the way about moderation.
Yeah.
Right? But, I guess we all have, because all the roofers do follow along your channel. My big thing here is like, what do you think is, as this all happened, what do you think, here we are 13 months into our president here, and we've already seen gas prices go up to almost $5. We've seen shingle prices go up incredible. I mean, we're looking at bundles of shingles like shingles GAF like $110, $115 a square.
Crazy.
It's insane how much inflation. They said 7% in the month of January was the biggest price increase of all time. Now, roofers, they don't keep up with the selling a higher price with the changing. And
No.
I don't think they realize it, but I think the whole industry lost a lot of fucking money last year.
Well, and in Canada, nobody wants to work. So the industry, I don't know. It was like, this was a busy year for roofing, I found, and it's still going to be busy. So I think what you've seen is the increase is that the companies during the pandemic are just saying they lost money. They want we had COVID, it cost us money. We had to lock down. So these companies, everyone's pushing their price up just because they can, right? It's just, if everyone else is doing it, might as well start doing it, right? And there was no need. The shingles went increased. Steel was an increase for the first year of the pandemic. It was like, I sold more steel roofs last year than any other year in my life. The reason was because the steel market didn't go up yet. And it went up in last September, pretty substantial. And now steel has gone up. For your average roof, it would be $7,000 for material. It's probably around 15 to 18 now. It's doubled, right?
Yeah, man. And, for me, I'm just looking at it like, typically we average 40% gross profit. Last year, it was 5% gross profit. I almost missed 5% of profit in price changes. I was also working, you understand what I'm saying? And on a big book of business, that's millions of dollars. On a small book of business, it could mean life and death. So, I would say like everything's getting more expensive. What do you think a roofer's got to do to kind of break out of that rat race of roofing?
Oh, to break out of that, like I said, like if you, there's other avenues to make money now. There's lots of small things you can do online. So, I mean, even if you're not into roofing, say you wanted to do, some people are doing crypto and some people are making a living off of it. I mean, I not me personally, but I got lots of buddies that are making, I got made 25 grand this year. Well, that's nice. You can make it from your cell phone. People are on their cell phone a lot. So if you're on your cell phone a lot, find a way to make money on it. Just don't sit there and make someone else money. So,
love that.
Like fuck it off your ass thinking you're smart. Just don't listen to what the cell phone's saying. And look for the right things, right? Don't sit there and argue on Facebook for 2 hours over something, unless that argument is engaging followers. That's what I argue online. Just to, throw it out there, piss a couple people off. It gets the gaslighting. There you go. Come watch this guy fucking get yelled at or something. But unless you have a strategic tactic that you're using, just go try to make money doing something online. You can do online sales. You can respond to emails for somebody. You can also market your own business online. So you got a Facebook page, market yourself, share on groups, make videos, post those videos, and eventually you'll get a return from it.
Hey, so we created a lot of controversy on the internet. I've been the center of controversy many times, called a Ponzi scheme. And every time that these haters come out or whatever, I'm always just like, oh, more eyeballs are going to come my way or whatever. So, we did a little, I met this other guy. He reminded me a lot, Petrie. I don't know. Did you see Petrie?
Dimitri?
No.
I thought that was his nickname.
No, Dimitri, he's the one that we all know under Roofing Insights. Petrie runs Roofing Opinions. And let me introduce you to Petrie. Here he is. Here's Petrie.
Hello, BDR. How are you? I'm Petrie.
Hey, brother.
Wait, I got to get over here. Where's the camera? I did the camera. Hey.
How's it going?
Josh, we are old friends. You remember me, right?
Oh, yeah.
Petrie, did you have bad things to say about Josh's crazy lifestyle?
Josh does his thing. It's okay. As long as it's not Leehaight, then I don't mind it. But
when you're the Lord, you can do whatever you want, right? Lord of the roofing. So it kind of.
Now, big time, me and Petrie, we've been battling back and forth, now name calling, character assassination. What is your advice when settling internet beefs?
You got now you're fighters, like, hey man, want to do a cage match for charity? That's what I always ask people. I've always offered. Someone's gonna call me and make fun of my kids and shit. Like, let's go scrap it out in Vegas at the fucking roofing conference. Fucking winner to I thought that was a great idea. That's the way it used to be when I was a kid. You start talking trash, you better fucking get those lips moving because you're gonna get fucking.
I like to talk trash, but I don't want to fight. Okay, I don't want.
Okay, let's do it differently then. Well, the problem is, like, I used to have really amazing insults and stuff, but you can't. Now it's bullying and stuff. That's the thing. Roofers online used to just like get in like these roofers for life groups. Like it was just literally people being gutless, like you fucking idiot, like your wife's hideous. You're fucking people making fun of everybody in there, and it was literally like, holy fuck, this is like World War Roof. I called it, right. And there was literally, we got into bouts with everybody. And it was before the BDR was. That's what and so settling them, there's got to be a good way to settle it. But with roofers, sometimes it's just that he's having a terrible day. And sometimes he just needs to expel some waste online, maybe.
Here, Petrie, I got some advice for you. Since you don't want to fight and Dimitri don't want to fight, why don't you call Dimitri and it's 2-on-1? You and Dimitri versus Lee.
That might work, yeah.
Okay. Go call Dimitri. See,
okay.
Sounds like we're gonna gangbang. Canada versus Russia versus USA. We're all fighting each other. We're all on our own sides, right?
World War III is amongst us.
How's your relationship with Dimitri? I've seen you you guys have been a couple of videos together.
Yeah, so my relationship with Dimitri goes positive to negative real fast. But
Love-hate relationship.
Yeah, love-hate relationship. We love to get attention on the internet, but hate to actually have to talk to each other. But
I've always had a positive relationship with him.
No, I think
we've done some fun stuff together too. We did some marketing. We did that marketing at the fight. We put a fake fight on for everybody, which was fun. I got a lot of attention.
I saw your fight.
Yeah, it was good. Because we had a guitar, right? We had this guitar. I'm like, I just bought it to play there because my guitar got fucking stuck. I got sent to somewhere else and I didn't have my guitar. I'm like, fuck, I got to play tonight. I had to go buy one. And then by the time the show was over, the guitar came back. They finally purelated it to me at the Florida. And so I was like, Dimitri, I don't want this. I got to take it home. I only paid $80 for it. I'm not paying, they wanted 120 to ship it back home. So I said, I'll take my other guitar back with me. This one, you guys can keep it and sign it. And he goes, how about we fucking Adam Sand, actually, I think it's General Roofing out west.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, why don't you guys fucking stage a big fight right in front of everybody at the restaurant? I'm like, I'm down. You know me, I'm fucking making content. That's what I do. Sure, send me in. So we smashed the guitar over. Like, take me as hard as you want. Knock me over. Fuck, I don't give a fuck. But I've been in a million street fights in my life. It was nothing for me. I was just having fun. So we really got the attention of people. And he got a little bit of a negative flashback for that. But he, it is what it is. You can't have fun anymore. That's how it is. You don't like having fun. So,
hey, look, if you don't have thick skin, then you got to get out the kitchen. But I will say, I do think his content's good for the industry. And
as well, yeah.
Two perspectives. There's benefits from everybody's perspective. Now, on the other hand, my man Anthony Del Medico and I are actually going to do this match you speak about, settle our differences. He is stepping up.
Yeah. I've worked with Anthony before.
I know. Anthony's actually a trooper. He put on a big event when the storm there. I confirmed kind of like behind the scenes close to 5,000 people. You were there many times. Anyways, me and Anthony have battled different schools. And, more importantly, like we're all trying to raise roofers up. So we're doing a actual boxing match, Holds of Honor. It's a charity that gives you guys.
Cool.
Yeah,
man. They're live on my feed just so you know I'll support that shit.
I guess that's sort of the American spirit. Or Canadian or blue collar or whatever the fuck is that if someone does, say, hey, let's do this, that you don't turn your back. So I'll give my man Anthony some props for accepting the challenge. That's gonna be
totally.
We would love to have you there. So some people say this is immature. I have this idea of a blue collar fight club where, contractors, roofers, people.
This is the idea I've had for years. I just couldn't get guys to do it.
Oh,
I'm like, let's go fucking fight. They're like, oh, no. They all backed out. Like, well, you calling me names. Like, let's go put a boxing gloves on. I ain't get hurt. Like, you might get a black eye or, fucking broken rib. Hey, fucking buddy, I've had worse drinking in the fucking public. Walking around falling over shit. Like, get real. I've been talking about that, and since you guys are doing it, you got my full support. I don't know if you want a media partner.
Well, how do we break you out?
Bigtime Productions will help you host it.
How do you break out of Canada?
Well, they're dropping the mandates on the 1st. So, I can take a private charter for like a private jet I can take a private jet to Florida without a vaccine. I just got to pay for the fucking $8,000. So
Hey,
yeah,
I got
her.
you.
You guys got lots of money. You want the Lord down there? Pull your checkbook.
I'm gonna pay the Lord to come on down in a
We
private
can do
jet.
it. Private charter, buddy. Private jet. I'll bring the whole
We
family
can't
down.
have
We'll pay
this
for a
Fight
month.
Club without you, bro. We can't have. I want you performing the freedom. That song was actually very positive. We've had a lot of crazy songs. I've seen some crazy shit come out of your mouth.
Props to Mark and Kevin McGowan. They helped write it. They were the founders of the lyrics, and Bigtime was just put it on with his presence and the vessel of it all. So I was the speaker.
Well, I would like a Lord Bigtime performance at the fights of We Are Roofers. And
I'll do a whole gig. I'll do a bunch of songs. I did 4 or 5 there for you, buddy. It only cost you $100,000. Hey, I'm like,
we'll work on the budget.
Hey?
We'll throw in some things. We'll let you sell some shit. Well, it'll be great.
I'll sell myself. How's that sound?
There you go, bro. Be careful in Fort Lauderdale. You remember the home of Epstein, so right.
I don't think
they'll have you on They'll have you on a massage table using Joshy the Blowman as bait.
Oh yeah, who wants a back massage from Bigtime? Roll you over, finish you off. See, that's why you want to be able to edit this, right? Bigtime. That's awesome.
So the next generation of roofers, they're going to be more on technology. What do you think the young and upcomers, the 25-year-old to 34-year-old crowd? I got a lot of that.
What do I tell those kids? Fucking stop drinking, stop snorting blow, fucking just smoke a little weed, get to work, get off the sauce. If I wasted a lot of my youth fucking partying, it's fun and all, but when you get old, you get my age, you regret it. You could have made a lot more money in spending it. I mean, is it worth it? I don't know. It's a part of my journey, but if I can give some advice, everything in moderation, and you'll grow your business rather than your drug problems.
Nice. Yeah. Love that.
Straight up. Learn from my mistakes, learn from your mistakes. If you want to know advice, don't fucking do what I did. I would be 10 years ahead of myself already if I didn't fuck up. So, but anyways, I am here now, but that's my advice to anyone trying.
Hey man, and then how do you give them advice to laugh at their own fuck ups? I mean, how do you're so good at making fun of yourself, and how do you tell people how to use that? I call it taking your oddities and making it your commodities. You know,
I was picked on as I'm the youngest of 4 brothers, so it was my whole life just getting picked on. So you either laugh with them or you're fucking crying, man. So what do you want? So you learn to fucking might as well laugh at yourself, and then eventually it becomes a strong point for yourself. If you can. You easily get over it. It's become, if you think about all the bad shit or the things you've done wrong, it's a stumbling block. You think about how you can fix it and move forward. And one of the ways is to laugh about it. Like, oh, fuck, I fucked up, or I was an idiot last night drinking. Maybe I should straighten out and not drink for a while. Or, I was drinking and yelled at my dad and said things I shouldn't have. Maybe go to your dad, give him a hug, say sorry, be appreciative of people around you, but always accept failure. I always say perfection is the key to, or imperfection is the key to perfection, right? If that makes any sense, which it doesn't, because it's awesome. And I said it.
You sound like Mike Rowe, Dirty Jobs. It's like you're a blue collar prophet in your own way. He said on that show that these guys would, be out there doing the crazy jobs. And out of the 350 episodes, 50 of the guys ended up becoming, blue collar millionaires. And they just, from what they learned in doing what they applied and scaled their impact.
Yep.
And so, I just want to raise the status for what we do, bring more people into our business. I teach people how to sell the jobs, not do them. I teach them how to scale. And, like I said, we would love to have you in the mastermind because you add so much value in teaching people how to be themselves, create content, even be specific. One of the things that my university needs help with is more installation video.
Well, that's what we're on. We haven't released these yet. So, I mean, that can be a topic that we discuss off camera, but I'm totally up for it. Mark's my partner on that project as well. So we can show you some of the footage we're dealing with, and we can, put it in your infrastructure and raise awareness so people can learn how to install these shingles, right? That's one thing that a lot of people don't tell you. Nobody reads the package of the shingles either. There needs to be more actual installation videos, and that will actually bring better people into the industry, right? Because some people they don't know where to go.
just, and you're hiring a subcontractor, but I've done almost all subcontracting my whole life. So hiring bad crews ruins your reputation. It ruins you getting referrals, and you bring all these different crews on. If you don't train them in a uniform way, what are you? You're building all roofs all different ways. You're not really held to a standard, and you are what you build. So it catches up to you eventually. And so
there's no standard in Canada. There's no rules and regulations for installs. I know Florida and South Carolina, you guys have inspectors that come, correct, and check the work.
Yeah,
not in Canada. People will be like, I work for me, like, oh, my boss did it that way. Like, your boss did it fucking dead wrong. Like, you're doing it this way. You're just going to fucking leak. Like, there's so much people that you can just start your own company. $60 for a business license here in Canada. Start your company, buy a truck, get a ladder. I'm a roofer now. And that's the issue. So hopefully with all the hard work we're going to do with Roofing University, we can actually get an actual educational program. So you can, I'm Roofing University approved. And it means something, right? And then you were taught that certain way. So that's actually the goal of Roofing University. It seems like a big goal, but I mean, with people like you, help from Mark, we're going to get there, I believe.
Hell yeah, man. And I believe, like, no matter what, like, money doesn't buy you happiness, but sometimes it allows you to pay for things that allow you to spend more time and focus maybe on meditation, focus maybe on spending more time with your kids. And so I believe that if I can help people become blue collar millionaires, if I can help them also level up their physical, mental, and spiritual well-being so that they're good humans along the way, that they don't ruin it along the way because of burnout, because of some sort of a problem, that, my friend, is my purpose. And so getting as many people into the roofing industry, that's also a part of what fuels everything. And, I think that it's very important that we create more content together, that we collaborate on this movement. And it's also, really, really inspiring to see how you have grown beyond roofing recently with these new, even before these shadow bans, your shit was going outrageous. You were getting 60,000 views on live, right? What happened?
The biggest one, when they canceled me, I was getting 360,000 on some views. One day I got 28 million views on TikTok, and then they shut me down. Like, they don't like the way I talk about the mask mandates, not and my beliefs, my opinion, and how it's affected my life. They didn't like that. So they shut the page down. They shadow banned me on Facebook for 13 months. And I was at 100. I'm back to where I was, but I lost 80,000 followers just on there. That's the second platform I started on, Facebook. So yeah, it's always something I believe in what I believe in. So I'm not going to not post it in fear of they're going to take my fucking little platform away. I know I'll just build another one.
Love that, bro. That's about being adaptable. And when I try to tell people that want to scale, who are like worried, a lot of times people face the same common fear. I heard this fear from you. When you train people, they create their own roofing business. This is something that's very common. It's hard to get roofers to focus on educating people in their business, and that is the secret to the dream, to the idea that a business runs on its own, that it makes millions of dollars, and it's a part of it also just to have a system of people that when those people outgrow, that you have the next generation, and that's why people look at me and they call me a factory, but I'm okay with it because I know that people are going to go and I embraced it about 6 years ago. Instead of fighting it, I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to educate everybody. I'm just going to give all my secrets. I'm just going to make everything public, my whole life, everything. And so what's funny is people like Lee gives away everything. People don't take it serious. And what's funny is that people look at what we've done, and I don't know, I'm not saying anything. It's just, I don't understand how people can still discredit, because not only are we out here creating the content, but we're out here, we're changing lots of lives. We have a lot of different contractors and lives changed on our platform that are from outside my business, and then people from inside my business, and we're making blue collar millionaires. And so I felt like I couldn't be one of these guys unless I had a system to make blue collar millionaires. When I say these guys, a guy that's helping people find character, confidence, and true freedom as a coach or guru. And I failed a lot along the way. I didn't have a system. Roofers are hard to coach. They're proud. They're some of the hardest people to work with. But
I appreciate that.
but my point is, man, Like, I promise you, whatever you need help with, I'm here for you. I will help you with lead generation, hiring, salespeople. You can join our coaching calls.
I'm looking for a job in Florida because I'm going to buy a house there in case I need to jump ship.
Here's the plug. We're hiring you as our new sales manager. I want you as the content social sales king for RCA. Okay. And you're hired. We need to discuss our contract. We'll do it at the Blue Collar Fight Club. We're happening May 27th. Dustin Poirier, UFC guy, knocked out Conor McGregor. He's going to be there.
Oh, fucking right. All right.
So BDR, man, if they have not found you on your platforms, how can they subscribe to you? Where can they find you? Got a final word for them?
If you put Josh Bigger into Google search, it'll show everything. Will just pop right up. So it's kind of cool. They have me listed like I'm listed on Google. It shows that I'm a musician. It shows all my videos. And somehow Dimitri Lipinski got in there, and now it's all his videos that I'm in. He tagged all my videos right, so he shows up on there. That little greasy Russian.
There you go, guys. Crazy Russian knows how to use the SEO, but
yeah, he's got it figured out.
Get notifications, more of these interviews. We saw a more serious side of Josh that not always is seen.
I don't always show it. I like to be serious once in a while. I give it a little tidbit here and there, right?
Well, great, dude. There was tons of nuggets. There was life. There was all kinds of insight into your journey. And, you're really inspiring to me because, for me, one of my goals on my vision board is to grow. And I want 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Now, that seems almost like a silly goal whenever they can shut you down at any moment as long as, X, Y, Z. So, one thing I can say is, though, you are an incredible marketer, incredible at social media. I look up to you and want to model more and more of what you do in my life. So I want to invite you out to the conference, and thanks a lot, guys.
All right. Well, God bless you. Thanks for the kind words. I'd like to say thank you for having me on.
You got it, buddy. See you.
All right. Take care. Peace out. Or the pieces.
All right.
You too.
Peace.